Declan, Mikel, well done. What a night. It's set a banner before the game, Declan. Make it happen. It would be fair to say you've done that.
Yeah, that's been the message from the manager since the game at the weekend, is that we need to be super convinced that we can come and win this game. And as a group of players, we were really convinced that we were out there together as a team, fighting for each other. And in the second half, we knew we had to score, and to score 3 was a real positive.
What was the key in the second half? We'll talk about this guy's free kicks in a minute, but in terms of the approach that Mikel had underlined at half-time.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking in the dressing room about keeping the pace, keeping the tempo. Obviously, with the help of the crowd on our side, that second half was amazing. We started full gas since the beginning. And I mean, when this team goes like this, the crowd comes with us and it's everything easier.
The headline, I think, will be "Bend it like Declan." 339 games, and that was your first direct free kick scored, the first one tonight. Where has it been?
It's been in the locker, but I've hit the wall too many times, or it's gone over the bar. And originally we was going to cross it, and then I just see the wall and the goalkeeper's position. I thought for the first one, just go for it. And Mikel said to feel it, and I see the outside of the wall, and it went in. And then the second one, I just had the confidence, and I hit it. And yeah, look, it's not going to hit me yet because, look, there's another leg to go, and I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm over the moon. I don't mean to be cliche, but in a few years' time, I think this will hit me that what I've done tonight is really special. Tell
us about the free kicks from your point of view. I mean, your goal wasn't bad either, but the strikes tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we had a few free kicks the last week, and we didn't score it. But honestly, this guy has one of the best shooting abilities that I've seen in my career. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. Maybe you are, but hopefully more will come in the future.
And what about Bukayo as well tonight, and his influence coming back and the impact he had?
Look, to come back in the time he has done is unbelievable. He's unreal. It's a good song for him, this one. But he's the top guy, and look, we need to be ready for next week because we know the Bernabeu, what it's like to play there. He can obviously tell you, look, we need to be ready.
Another leg to go, but this has been a special night. Well done, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Indeed, one that Arsenal fans will remember for a very, very long time. Cesc, take it away. Go on, wax lyrical about what you've seen out there tonight.
It's a fantastic night at the Emirates. It's a long time, that you couldn't feel this type of vibes for a full, really, 90 minutes. They really had a little gap in between the beginning and the end of the first half. But what a performance! Mikel was talking here. How do you win this game? Why did you put Saka so closely after the injury, coming back? And he said individual quality, because these games are won by individual quality, and this is what he did. I know that all the highlights will be on Declan Rice, and rightly so. What an amazing finish on both free kicks. But for me, Bukayo Saka, special mention, because on football, you see games all over the time, and it's basically the same thing. And when you see special talent like that, in the short space of time since he came back, and to do what he did tonight against a top team like Real Madrid, hats off to him, and hopefully he will be a fantastic player for the future of Arsenal.
A really impressive performance by Saka, a team performance, but of course moments of magic, and winning those free kicks as well from Saka, so close to coming back from injury. Just a couple of games where he's had 20, 40 minutes play.
The confidence he showed tonight, not just in his body, to have the belief playing against his team, being out so long and then coming back and performing like that. I mean, we were talking earlier on about can he play for Real Madrid. Performances like that proves that the level of a footballer he is. He's one of the best wingers in the world. It's and to perform on this level, I'm honestly surprised, to be fair, because I understand how tough it is to come back from injury. But to do what he's done, I'm really, really proud. I have to give credit to the defence, because to keep a clean sheet against Real Madrid is very difficult. We talked about Kiwior before the game, and they're missing Gabriel and this and that. But I don't remember seeing, Real Madrid get clear chances. There was maybe one or two for Mbappe, but as a whole, I wouldn't say that they'll walk away from this game talking about them being loose defensively. There was moments when they didn't keep the ball well, and yeah, we talked about transitions, but they snuffed that out in the second half, and those moments weren't as prevalent in the second half.
You look a bit shell-shocked there, Clarence, that second half. performance from Arsenal?
No, I'm not shocked at all. I mean, Arsenal is many times all or nothing, but when they start scoring, they don't stop. And because they have the quality. And second half, I think they definitely cleaned up their minds. They were the better team first half, but they had a few errors in some of the build-up moments. But then you see the confidence of Saka. And many times when you come back from an injury, is that first match is easier. And after, you might have a little bit of drop and you come back again. So I was also surprised that he would be able to do it. But he got it. He pushed it. He created those moments where the free kick can come. And I think it's deserved. I mean, they really, really deserved it. The second half, it was almost flawless in terms of how they interpreted the game. And the defense, let's talk about the team defense, because I think what they did well is always very compact, very quickly. And it was very hard for Madrid with this form to make anything happen today.
Arsenal have never lost a European tie when they've scored 3 goals or more in the first leg. And if this was any other team, would we be saying game over, Wayne? But you've played Real Madrid in a knockout game.
Yeah, I think you would, but I think Arsenal were excellent tonight. And I think you have to give the crowd a lot of credit. I thought the atmosphere was fantastic before the game kicked off. During the 90 minutes, the crowd really pushed the team. But I think the confidence the team showed from getting the first goal, which was deserved. Beyond that, then they really took the game to Real Madrid, and it could have been more. Could have been 5 or 6 tonight. They had a few opportunities cleared off the line. Real Madrid looked shell-shocked. I think you've seen the camera panning a few of the faces, and they looked a bit shocked by it. But it is Real Madrid Arsenal going back to the Bernabeu. Madrid can always come back in games and ties. We've seen that happen many times before. But I'm sure this game will give Arsenal the confidence and belief that they can go and see it out.
We'll talk to Declan Rice shortly, and we'll show him his goals and some other great moments as well, because he could have scored more himself, couldn't he, in the game. And we've talked about the defence, and obviously we know up front what has won the game for Arsenal, but the midfield was very impressive tonight from Arsenal.
Yeah, they controlled the game. I mean, Thomas Partey gives so much stability to and comfortable on the ball. He attacks, he defends, he has this composure, on handling certain situations. He's responsible many times from that defensive transition. And overall, Odegaard controlled the game well in midfield. I mean, Rice, we were talking about it before the game. I think he can give more, and today he delivered at the biggest stage. So overall, fantastic performance from everyone. I would love to say that it's over. After the first goal, I said they need the second. After the second, I said I need the third. I still think Real Madrid is Real Madrid, and having played there many times, they are capable of anything. But it's a fantastic score sheet, to go into a good night for...
Well, there have only been 4 3-goal comebacks in Champions League history, and Real Madrid are not involved in any of those. So, it'll be history for them if they can come back from this. Shall we enjoy those free kicks before Declan comes along? I think everybody's got a favourite. The first one, though, Jova, the free kick coach, had said, just hit it, Daniel.
I mean, he's got the technique, man, and he's when you watch him as a player take shots, first time shots I've seen him score goals, but dead ball situations, he stepped up with confidence, and it's about approaching the ball with confidence.
He read it well now. He saw the space. I think Courtois put the wall badly. There was too much space, too easy to curve it around. Only 4 players as well. So, but you still need to hit it well. You still need to make the goal. So credit to him to read it and to take advantage.
You've still got to have the technique, and that's something that everybody who trains with him, plays with him, we heard it from Mikel Merino tonight, talks about his shooting and his technique, Wayne.
Yeah, I think he's had that in his game, and I think especially this season we've seen him playing a little bit further forward. He had a few more chances during the game, but technically he's fantastic. You see him with his corner deliveries as well, and tonight he got that first free kick, and you could see as soon as the whistle went for that second free kick, it was only one person taking it. He had the belief, the confidence that he was going to score, and the second one was
I think everybody in the stadium, we were certainly going, no, he's not. He's not going to, is he? And he did, Cesc.
Speechless, really, because when you haven't scored a free kick in your career and you score 2 in 13 minutes, that means that your confidence is all over the moon, and it takes personality, to be able to say, okay, give me the ball again. Normally you take one, the next one you say, okay, they give it to your teammate. You say, no, here I am again, and to put it here, deliver this moment, so special.
Clarence, that's just beautiful.
Flowing. Yeah, this is what we want to see, right? Beautiful goals. He was in the flow. He said it. the confidence that comes from the free kick that he had just a few minutes before. But where did he put that ball? I mean, nobody would, not even Superman. I think.
He might.
I could just hear the crowd there just cheering away, and I wondered who was about to join us. I know Declan is coming out in a few moments' time, and of course Gabriel will be also getting interviews with the Real Madrid players and reaction from them, because they're going to be completely shell-shocked with that result tonight. Obviously, they were beaten at the weekend by Valencia, and the games are coming thick and fast for them. They have their own injury problems as well.
Yeah, it's a big hit. It's a big hit because they are very close to winning everything, and then in a week time, everything can go away. You know, this is the hard part of this final part of the season for Real Madrid, for Barcelona, for Arsenal, for everyone, for Inter Milan. So, you know, they have to be right up there with the best concentration, the best focus, because you can either win everything or you can lose.
They're 4 points off the top of the table. Barcelona are leading, and technically they're still going on 3 fronts, aren't they? But it could be a week that it all falls away.
Yeah, but that's top flight football. You know, we've been there. Sometimes you get into 3 finals. How many times we've seen these teams that they get into the last game of the season to win the league, final of the cup, final of the Champions League, and in a space of a week they lose everything or they win anything. So that's where you become a hero or a forgotten
or
team.
a zero.
Or zero.
Let's have a look at Mikel Merino's goal, the 3rd goal, because this is a player who's had to play in different positions this season, hasn't he? It has to be a makeshift striker as well for his manager, and did very well here.
Yeah, it's a fantastic finish. I think the technique, but you see he just holds his run just at the end here, just checks out, and then that's not an easy finish. The ball's bouncing into him, but you can see his concentration levels. He keeps his eyes on the ball, and the technique to get that finish off is fantastic.
Yeah. Really appreciate his movement.
Yeah.
Because he's always on the move.
He was so ready.
Yeah, in these instances when you can time your run, you can make a run in the box and then be like, all right, I've made my first run, that's enough. But he says, no, I've made that first action, I didn't get the ball, I'm going to take a step out now and give myself another opportunity to get a shot. And he indeed was ready for it and was clinical.
And what a stat as well, the club he scored most goals against in his whole career, because of course he was at Real Sociedad before, so he'll be fancying next week.
I think so. I hope so. I hope so, really, because he's now in a fantastic run. For sure he will play. So it's up to him now.
Yeah, and of course we spoke to the manager beforehand, Mikel Arteta. We'll hopefully hear from him soon, and he's had his problems, his issues to deal with in terms of injuries, and the big one going into this was Gabriel, but they did very, very well in defence tonight.
They did very well, and I think they concentrated. Of course, there were moments when they were building up and there were little mistakes in terms of the passing, but they didn't give up any real clear chances to go, okay, the keeper made a couple of saves where you think, okay, they were good saves, but in the end, they managed the game well. You would have anticipated there to be more moments in transition for Madrid. I think in the second half, they stifled those moments, but in the first half, look, they gave Madrid moments, but I think they managed the game well in totality.
Yeah. Miles Lewis-Skelly, we didn't talk much about him, did we, pre-match? 18 years old. He got an assist tonight and obviously contributed to the all-round performance, made some great runs in the first half as well. What an incredible experience for a young player.
Yeah, I think he played with no fear right from the start, and we were speaking about it during the game, some of the positions he's taken up. Is it always the best position to take up? In some cases, probably not, but he was causing Madrid problems. He was creating an overload in the midfield. Coming into that position, and for a young lad at 18, you know, just made his England debut, scored his first goal for England. To play at this level, it can be intimidating. You can get a lot of nerves to do it, but you know, we played with full confidence, full belief, and really pleased for him because it's been a big season for him to come into the team to make your debut for England, and then to give a performance like he did against Real Madrid tonight. He's passed a big challenge tonight. And
given the opposition that he's playing against tonight, is that almost as big as making your England debut?
Yeah, of course it is. And as Daniel said there, you'd have to be switched on. Defensively, first of all, that's your job to try and keep a clean sheet. But just what Clarence mentioned before, the Arsenal, the whole team, when they lose the ball, the way they sprinted back, the way they got back into shape and helped the defence out, the midfielders, the attacking players, they deserve a lot of praise for that, because against this Madrid team, if you don't do that, they will punish you.
I can see Declan Rice is about to join us here at the desk. You can hear the fans who've stayed here suspecting perhaps they might get a glimpse of their goal-scoring hero, and they have, and they're making their pleasure known at his performance tonight with their cheers and applause.
Well done.
A few words with Declan also, of course, showing his free kicks. Again, I'm sure he wants to see those. Congratulations. Congratulations on the results, but of course on the performance. Has it sunk in yet? Can you sum it up?
Nah, to be honest, I don't know whether it will ever sink in, to be honest with you. I've just gone back to my phone then, it's gone crazy.
You don't say.
I know, to score my first free kick in the game was a highlight for me, and then to score the second one, I just fancied them both, and as soon as I stepped over it, I just had the confidence to whip it, and yeah, you can see I'm a bit speechless, to be honest with you. I'm so happy that I've scored them 2 goals, and it's a nice bit of history for the club tonight to beat Real Madrid, such a historic club in this competition. So it was a big night for us.
You've got a very good record against Real Madrid in this competition, of course, knocked them out before, and you're halfway to doing that right now. I'm sure that's not the talk in the dressing room. There's still a job to be done next week.
Yeah, the manager just said that then. Even though we're 3-0 up, the individual quality that they have and what they can produce is scary. And also the Bernabeu's the Bernabeu. You know, in Champions League night, special things happen there for them, and we're ready to go there and give it everything. You know, we have a 3-0 lead. We're not going back there to sit back and you know, defend. We're going to have the same game plan. We're going to attack, and we want to be in the Champions League semi-finals. You know, it's where we want to take this club. So we're looking forward to it already.
Any of those messages from David Beckham?
No, no, I'm not lucky enough to have his number. Just everyone, to be honest with you.
I'm sure.
I haven't even been able to go through them, so yeah, I'm just so happy.
Do you want to have a little look back?
Yeah, we can.
We'd love to show you them, and you relive the moments with us. 25.9 metres, the first one, and you were told to hit it.
They were saying to cross it, and
Did you see it very, very clear that there was a 4-man wall?
Yeah, so when they was over a little bit, I see the space around the outside of the wall, and then I looked at the keeper. And originally, that's why we lined up with a 3 at the back, because we was going to cross it, like me reverse cross.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Bukayo said, if you feel it, I said, I'm going to take this. And then I just hit it. And as soon as it went in, I don't know, like, it's just one of them moments. When you score a goal, you can't explain it. It's the best feeling in the world. And yeah, I was just so happy. And that gave me the confidence then to stand over the next one.
So is it what Bukayo said to you that made you actually realise that...
It didn't make sense from that angle to cross the ball. I just didn't see, because they were on a high line, and to chip that, it has to be such a delicate pass. And I just see where the wall was, and yeah, I just thought, go for it.
So that's where the decision's being made?
No, this is the second one.
This is the second one?
Yeah, so no, the second one now.
No, that's the first one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's all a blur.
Yeah, it's all a blur.
That's your first one.
We're just discussing it. I think, like, if you rush into these situations, you need to make the most of these moments in games. And yeah, we had a good little discussion before each one. And
what's Martin saying?
He was saying to cross. Yeah, look there, look. We're going to cross back post.
You can't cross the ball.
No, that's what I mean. And then I stood with Bukayo, and I said, it doesn't make sense to cross. The line was too high, and to chip the ball like that, you know, it's not a risk.
I think you made the right decision.
Yeah, it's hard to chip that over there, you know. And I thought.
Are you aware of your set piece coach, Jova, when he comes out? Are you aware of what he's saying?
Yeah, we practice him all the time, and with that, I think the lads are on me. Oh, yes, look, he's telling me to cross, and it just didn't make sense, like I said. And you know what? I'm happy I took it, because it's a magic moment.
So he's saying cross.
Yeah.
As well.
We were thinking that he was telling you to whip it.
No, he was telling me to cross the ball. And
basically, you just defied everybody.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Bukayo said the words were, if you feel it, go for it. And I thought, you know what? I looked at the wall, looked at the keeper, and I thought, I can bend this around the outside. And
nobody from the outside can see it better than the player behind the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Exactly that. He was claiming for it there. He was telling me to cross it.
He's got a nice bonus.
Take some of the credit to her. Social media's been going wild, saying what a brilliant set piece. He gave the right advice, and you've now just done him in and said actually you totally ignored him. Should we have a look at the second one?
Yeah, I've not seen this one yet. Everyone's saying this one's better.
I think this is everybody's favourite.
Yeah?
Yeah.
By far.
Let's have a little look. And by now you're full of confidence.
Looks far out. You don't even realise.
Come on, man. Don't be kissing you almost kissed the post there, didn't you? Jeez.
Yeah, do you know what? We was going to touch and set it, and me and Martin, we was planning to touch. He was going to set, and I was going to run onto it, and then Mbappe was kind of stood a bit too close, and I just thought, you know what? He was stood a bit in the middle, so I was going to go over the wall, but then I changed my mind and thought, I've got this keeper's side. I practice it a lot, and you know, I just went with it.
Was it one of those that once you just touched it, left your foot, you felt
and
it?
You just felt it. And also, so I just had the confidence after the first one. I thought, I've nothing to lose, you know. If it goes over the bar, it goes over the bar. Like, I'm going to hit 100%. And I'm going to put my foot through it. And yeah, I don't think it's going to hit me what I've actually done tonight. I'm not one of these guys that's going to be boasting, but it's a historical night for the club, and to score 2 in one game against Madrid is it's a really proud moment for me.
You said something before about we want to get to the semi-final. Is that the final thought, or
we want to what?
You want to get to the semi-final, you said, but is that the final thought?
No, we want to win this competition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. I think, but of course, we have another another leg to go, which is at the Bernabeu. And obviously, we've got to take it one game at a time. This competition's so prestigious, and you can face really top quality teams. And I'm not going to be looking too far ahead. I'm not going to be cliche about it. Look, we have one more game to go, and then see what happens. But we want to win this competition.
Just one advice: do look ahead.
Yeah, and
visualize it.
Yeah,
that's what's needed.
Of course.
That's how you get the confidence.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
Tekkas, talking about the Tekkas there, bro. And you said that you practice that a lot. Is that your favourite type of technique? Because I said at half-time, to be fair, Declan Rice, I want to see him score more goals. That's my expectation, because I think your technique, shooting is top level. So when you're training, I'm hearing stories, your finishing's brilliant. Talk about that, brother, please.
Yeah, do you know, even since I was at West Ham, I've had so many people, even since I've been here, telling me to shoot more, and I need to let off more shots. I need to create more stuff. And I was one in the first half. I should have had a tap in. I stopped my run. If I just kept running, it was a tap in. And it's these little things, you know. You need to keep getting in that mindset of wanting to score goals. And sometimes I feel like I'm on the edge of the box and I'm getting really pressed quick, and I can't quite shift it quick enough to get that shot off. But I do have the ability to do it, and it's just a confidence thing, you know. You need to just keep reminding myself that I can do it and I can produce it on the best stage and keep doing it week in, week out. And I've done it tonight.
Is that like a mindset thing in terms of feeling the freedom to do it, or is it, you know, what is it that stops you from feeling you can do that?
No, I just think sometimes it's game related. Like, the game was really open tonight, and there could have been a few goals. Like I said, I had the header in the first half where I was free. It was a good bit of movement. I probably should have had a tap in from Bukayo, but I stopped my run. I've obviously then scored the 2 goals, which were dead ball situations. But it's definitely a part of my game. I know I can score more goals. I know I've got the ability to do it. It's just about demanding more of myself and, you know, being pushed and, you know, having that, you know, courage to keep doing it.
Declan, tell us what it means to have Bukayo Saka back in this side.
Amazing, yeah. I think the other night when he come on against Fulham, that reception that he got was just incredible. And he's worked his socks off, you know, for 3 months, and you see how much it hurt him when he got injured, because he's played so many games at such a young age. But that hunger and desire to want to play football matches for this club, he got back really, really fast, and he's played 3 games now, and we really need him for this back end of the season.
I think we've kept you long enough, although I'm not sure you're going to sleep tonight.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so, honestly. I'm delighted.
Well, we are delighted for you. It was
you.
absolutely fantastic. Thanks for
I appreciate
joining
it. Good
us.
seeing you guys.
Amazing.
See you later. All the best.
Good luck next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. I didn't want to tell him because I don't want to jinx it, but Arsenal have never lost a European competition knockout game after they've had a 3-goal lead going into that second leg. I mean, the stats are kind of all there, aren't they, for them next week? They've got to go there with the same kind of confidence they did tonight, Clarence, and play in the way they did.
Yeah, and thinking in the right way as well, you know. I just wanted to hear it from him if they're really thinking about winning it, because when you set certain milestones and you reach it, and then what now? Oh, I didn't expect to come to the semi-final. Now we're here, and we already are where we dreamt of. But the dream has to be bigger.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that needs to become a norm. So it's good for these guys, you know, to have this big win. They deserved it, and the way they played, it was really with conviction. It was not a lucky win here.
Will the rest of Europe look at this and the remaining 7 in this final 8 look at them and be fearful of them?
You know, Gabi, I can go back in the beginning of the season and I had Arsenal as one of the favourites because of last season and because of the potential of this team. Now they have to prove it. But if you're in the Premier League or that dominant in most of the matches, you have to be able to be dominant in Europe as well. It was just a matter of time, and I think, you know, this match comes at the right moment for them.
Yep.
OK, should we have a little look at some of the other chances that Arsenal had tonight? They had that really quick start, didn't they? And Declan Rice himself could have scored in the first half. Cesc.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what Declan was telling about, you know, the header, the belief sometimes of being in these positions and be brave enough to put the ball at the back of the net. And sometimes, Daniel, you were asking, how does it happen? How do we make it happen? How do we believe in it? And sometimes you just need a night like this for it for him to score the next 5 games 6 goals. You know, football is a funny game. It's a game full of confidence, and definitely after tonight, I can see him scoring a few next goals.
Yeah, it was chef's kiss. It was chef's kiss, those free kicks. And I think his performance tonight, I think he showed people what he's all about at club level. For international football in England, he's been brilliant. And I think nights like these show that his name's now going to be put in the conversation with the best midfielders in the world, because performances like that, overall performance, even the third goal, Merino's goal, just him driving the ball forward and having the energy, I think he brings so many different facets to his game. He can be defensive if he needs to be. He's attacking. He can score goals, as you showed tonight. I think he did the complete performance today, and we need to see more of that from him, the expectation of himself, like you said, demanding more of myself. And that's what it's all about. It's about him demanding more of himself. It's not about anybody else questioning him or anything. As long as he wants it, you know he can do it.
His best performance in an Arsenal shirt, Wayne?
It's certainly up there. I think what I like there is his honesty in terms of, you know, sometimes he lacks that confidence to get in the box and score them goals. But as Cesc has just said there, that transition from being a holding midfielder, if you like, to an attacking midfielder and putting yourself in the right areas to score goals is not always that easy, and he just needs them goals. Once he keeps getting in there, and then he realises, you know, if I just get in here, I'll get rewarded for it. So that's what will help him score more goals and become a more of a threat in the box. So I think it's a performance, as you can see. He probably can't believe what has just happened to him with the 2 goals he scored, but we know he's more than capable of doing that, and I'm sure we'll see many more nights like tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? The one thing I loved what he said was that chance where I could have had a tap-in. It's like, as a player, you know those moments, like you score maybe 1 or 2 goals like you did tonight, and you're worrying about the chance you didn't get, that you didn't score, and you're thinking more about how could I have had a better performance. So I love that mentality that he has, because you can see he wants more of himself, and I can't wait to see how he develops.
And as well, the question when he answered you, Clarence, about not just winning this tie, winning this whole competition. And that's a mindset that the manager alluded to, didn't he, pre-match? So let's hear from Mikel Arteta now. He's with Gabriel.
Well, you've just seen the second Declan Rice free kick. First of all, what a night for Arsenal.
Beautiful. So happy, so proud of the team. And I mean, we have the opportunity to make a lot of people happy and proud, and we certainly done that.
How much did tonight's atmosphere play into what happened?
Incredible. I've never seen the stadium like this, because before the game, you were already singing, they were already playing the game, and that created the night. We talked before that for big European nights, you need big stadiums that can create atmosphere, and you need individual magic moments, and there we go.
This is one of those nights, isn't it, where people will say in 20 years, I was there the night that Declan Rice scored his first 2 ever direct free kicks.
That's the beauty of who invented this sport. That's against any stat, because he never scored a free kick. We haven't scored a free kick since September 2021. And tonight against Real Madrid at home in the Champions League, we scored 2 in 12 minutes.
And dare I say it, your set-piece coaches, I know they've done a good job on corners and free kicks. We're claiming them.
He can if he wants. It doesn't matter. It's about practicing. It's about keep trying and then delivering. And what he's done is incredible.
Did you see those free kicks coming? I mean, in training, that good?
If there is a player can do it, and how he strikes the ball, how clean he is his deck. But then you have to execute it at the highest level against probably one of the best keepers in the world as well. You know, so amazing.
What had been your message at half-time? It seems there was a change. What did you emphasise?
Especially to simplify the game, that we were doing things very well, but at the end we were lacking that final connection, that simplicity to find the next pass, and especially to hurt them a bit more that we've done in the white areas, but we managed to do that in the second half much better.
And would it be fair to say Bukayo Saka on his first start for 3.5 months was key to tonight?
Yes, he was. I mean, again, he elevates the level of the team. He's a fear factor every time he's on the ball that they have to back off, because he's incredible. He's a real threat, and on top of that, he generates more space for the rest of the team.
He came off. How was he?
He's fine. I think it was a kick on the free kick action.
Real Madrid, in all their history, great history, have never come back from 3 goals down after the first leg.
Okay, so we need to go there. We know that we're going to have to step up again and prepare the game to win it.
And does this feel in its way like a defining night for you? in terms of what the team, listen, you haven't achieved anything, but what the team have shown and what the team have given the fans in terms of performance level?
It's another step in the right direction as a team, that against any team we have the capacity to do it, and we have to make another one, which is go to the Bernabeu and replicate what we've done tonight.
Thank you, well done.
Thank you.
Cesc, have you noticed a change in Mikel Arteta? You know him very, very well over this season, and maybe just pre-match tonight, he seemed very relaxed about this scenario that was about to unfold here. Arguably one of the biggest nights in his managerial career.
Yes, he did look relaxed, to be fair, and that shows you, that he's getting used to the situation. He's getting used to the feel of being in this type of nights. He always talks about the process over the last 6 years, and now when they are at phase 5, where he call it, it's about what Clarence said before, being constantly in the top nights like tonight, but delivering and winning big tournaments. He knows the squad very well. He knows what they went through during the season with the red cards at the beginning of the season, losing a few points that now they are paying, for not going fully for the Premier League. Then having all these big bad injuries, that he needed to do some tweaks here and there. And I feel that he's at a stage now where he knows his team. He knows he can trust every single player at this football club. He's exactly where he thought they would be, 6 years ago, and fair play to him. He deserves it. I'm so delighted for him, because when you are a coach and you go through all these ups and downs, throughout all this journey, to feel that you have this feeling, how I don't know how to put it in English words, but you have these moments that the satisfaction is so big that you said, okay, everything that we did, we are now here, let's go for it and win the games.
And credits to the club. And hopefully, the clubs will understand that if you want to build something, you need to be patient with coaches. If it's the right coach, you're confident of that coach, give him the time to build. Because there were a lot of moments where they could have chosen, to change again, like it happens many times. I give him a lot of credits for the mentality change that we're seeing in the team, and even now in his interview, the way he talks, he doesn't leave any space for anybody to have any doubt that they're going to Bernabeu to win the match there again and to perform the same that they did here today.
Well, as for Real Madrid, that's 5 defeats this Champions League season, which equals the worst ever for them in a single Champions League season. Their stars didn't shine tonight. Let's hear from Jude Bellingham with Gabriel.
Jude, commiserations. Were Arsenal very good tonight? Were Real below your level tonight?
Both. I think we were nowhere near it. That's the fact. And Arsenal were really good. I think I know that 2 of their goals are free kicks and really good individual pieces of delivery. But to be honest, they could have had way more. We're lucky to get away with 3. But there is a second leg. That's the thing that we're kind of holding on to. We're going to need something unbelievably special. Something crazy, really. But if there's one place where crazy things can happen, it's our house.
Well, I was going to say, it's something even Real Madrid have never done, is come from 3 goals down after the first leg in Europe.
You never know. Obviously, the performance was nowhere near good enough, but I can't come out after a game and say we're going to give up. It's not in the nature of the club. It's not in the nature of in the mentality that they instill in you at this club. So 90 more minutes at home to pull something out of the bag.
You know Declan Rice very well. Did you see one, not let alone 2 free kicks like that coming?
To be honest, they're 2 great pieces of individual quality. Like I said, if it wasn't for those 2 goals, they still had a lot more chances where we did very little. And sometimes that's the difference in these kind of games. We thought we were hanging on well, despite not playing very well at all. And then we got punished, and that happens at top level football. But like I said, loads of time left.
Is there the frustration as well? First half, you did create moments, didn't you, which you could have taken? So I'm looking at your pass to Mbappe particularly.
Yeah, no, it's a chance, of course, but. In these games you need to create more because, everyone's at their best level. The goalie's made a great save and, very rarely do you come to a place like this, score 1 goal or have 1 chance, score it and go through and take a lead back to home. So, just didn't do enough. Got to the final third multiple times in what looked like to be good areas. They reacted really well on the transition and we didn't really do enough with the ball to threaten. Like you said, we had a couple of moments, but in a night like this, it's not good enough.
And what's your message then to the rest of the group going back next week?
Well, we're still alive. We've still got 90 minutes of football. And like I said, anything can happen at the Bernabeu. Anything.
Thank you, Jude.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
He said they're coming back to our house next week, but at his house, it's never been done before. So, you know, we always talk about them finding a way, Real Madrid. Can you see what you saw tonight from the team? Can you see them finding a way next week?
It's football. We've seen all kinds of stuff in our career, so they can't go there thinking that it's going to be an easy evening. Arsenal has to have the same mentality and play the game to win, because Madrid will confront them. And once things happen, maybe a fast goal, then it's only 2 goals that you have to score. So these 4 is something. But I lost a match against Deportivo La Coruña, winning 4-1 at home, and we lost 4-0. Who would have thought that in our best season? So
I came in a game at Anfield. We beat Barcelona.
Yeah.
4.
Crazy match.
We were, I think, 3-0 away. Divock scored late on, and crazy game. Trent free kick. So it's possible, because but it's the belief within the squad that can actually go, okay, guys, we just need to score an early goal. Now we've got 2 to go. So from the Arsenal perspective, it's probably just saying, you know what, we need to approach the game the exact same way and have the same belief, not go in there with any form of complacency. Because once you do that, one early goal within the first 15 minutes, the confidence is through the roof, because you get the ball at the net, let's get it right back to the halfway line, we're going to put pressure on again. And the intensity from Real Madrid, they have to be more intense than Arsenal, because if they're not going to be, they won't get the job done.
Well, the belief will have to come from their manager, who's won this competition more times than anybody else. So let's hear from him now. He's with Gabriel Clark.
Carlo, commiserations. Were Arsenal very good tonight? Were Real Madrid below the level they should be?
The result that means that the Arsenal was much better than us. And then the game was a little bit different. I think for 60 minutes the game was equalized. And then they shoot 2 fantastic free kick. Rice shoot 2 fantastic free kick. And the game at the time changed, of course. We were not able to react as we needed to react. And they score another goal. And now it will be very difficult the second leg, but we have to try.
Moments of brilliance from Arsenal, the 2 free kicks in particular, but what was missing from your team maybe in terms of the second half especially?
The reaction. I think mentally we went down, and we had problem the last 30 minutes of the game to try to have more efficiency in front.
But your club, of course, this club are renowned for being a club with resilience at coming back, but they've never come back, Real Madrid, from 3 goals down in a first leg.
That is always a first time, and so we have to try. The only thing that I can do, and we can do all together, is to try, and we will try. What
did you make of Arsenal's level? They've had a bit of criticism in England this season for not being as high up the Premier League table as they could have been, or close to Liverpool. Yeah. Did you see anything that surprised you tonight?
No. Team, really good team, compact all the time, good with the ball, good without the ball, a lot of effort. It's a good team. I said yesterday. No news.
No news. La remontada, I think, is the expression, isn't it? The comeback. Yeah. It starts here, I suppose.
Start tonight, yes.
Thank you, Carlo.
Thank you.
Well, nobody here knows him as well as you do, Clarence. What kind of things will he be saying to his team over the next few days?
I don't think nothing much. He will just focus on the next match, and when the time's right, he will start preparing the next leg against Arsenal as if it's the first one. He never dropped. He was not a drama coach, Actually, he would take away the drama and make them think, listen, they scored 3, we are also capable to score 3, and then maybe we'll have an extra 30 minutes to play. This is the way he would try to manage a situation like this, and make the players feel a bit free of the pressure that obviously is on now.
If Arsenal do make it through next week, of course it's PSG or Aston Villa for them in a semi-final. Would they be favourites against those 2, Wayne? Is it harder to face a team you know so well and you play regularly in Aston Villa?
Yeah, I think they will go into that game favourites if it was Aston Villa against PSG. I think it'd be a...
Of course, they beat them here early in the season.
Yeah, I think that would be a tight tie, but I think their only focus will be on the game next week. As the lads were saying there, Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, if they get the first goal, then Arsenal have got young players who've never been to the Bernabeu, never played there, never felt that atmosphere. It could change very quickly, so I'm sure Mikel Arteta will not let them players go into that game with any sort of complacency. They'll have fully focused on trying to get that first goal, because that first goal next week is the key moment at that next time.
If we are lucky enough to come back here to do a semi-final for Arsenal, will you join us? I think the Twitter sphere is demanding it. They've enjoyed you being here talking about Arsenal tonight, Cesc.
Oh, 100%.
It's the X sphere, isn't it, actually?
My pleasure. I bring luck as well, so
you bring luck.
to come.
Yeah, yeah.